Do you remember what I talked about? Arbitration, mediation, conflict resolution. Let me tell you a story that happened to me. It's been a recurring story, to be honest. I've been in Epic for 12 years now. And over the years, I have seen so many people come to my office. As you all know, that divorces are on the rise in our Muslim community. There's no question about that. People are struggling in their marriages. People don't know what to do even when there is an issue, when there's a conflict. I began to see this same trend taking place over and over again. And I began to think to myself that there must be a solution. So let me talk to the Imams in the area to see if there's actually any solutions. I called some very prominent shuyukh of our Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they all tell me that there is nothing in our community that can serve the needs, especially when it comes to marriage, divorces, even prior to marriage. And not only that, but do we have even a strong mediation, arbitration organization and things of that type? And they all told me that we don't have it. They even told me that majority of the imams are completely drained when it comes to their energy level dealing with these issues on a day-to-day level. There are so many imams, I can tell you myself, if you look at my calendar, 95% of all the calls and all the appointments that are set up, 95% are all family issues. SubhanAllah. And you will see that there are divorces not taking place. I've seen divorces happening after 35 years. I've seen divorces, unfortunately, happening within a month also, unfortunately. This is the reality. So I contacted many shuyukh, as I said earlier, there was no solution. I thought about it for a while, and I said that, you know what, let me try to see if I can even go down this road. I got my mediation training done in the state of Texas. It's a 40-hour mediation training. After that, I did a Texas family law mediation training, which is another 40-hour training. And then after that, I even went further ahead, and I got my arbitration license in the state of Texas too. Now, let me tell you exactly what's been happening. People, when it comes to whether it's divorces, they don't know how to manage it, how to navigate the issues from an Islamic perspective as well as from a legal perspective. Many people are running to courts. Many women are going to courts, and as a result of that, the man is losing half of all his assets. Just like that overnight. So this is not something from our Sharia either. At the same time, people are saying we don't know what to do. So keeping this in mind, I started an organization 2 years ago, which is Islamic Arbitration Mediation Services. And when Dr. Asif Hirani moved to this area, I even shared the idea with him because he had brought the idea to me too, that we have this issue, do we have a solution? He's new to Dallas, so he was asking me that you've been in Dallas for such a long time, do we have a service to take care and provide for the needs of the community? And I told him about the service that I started, and he goes, SubhanAllah, and he told me, he goes, can you please come to INT and talk about this? So in short, in a nutshell, one of the things that we are doing right now is that we're making sure that we can handle divorce issues from a legal perspective, also from an Islamic perspective. There are a lot of times people want to take from each other. There are a lot of times where men want to leave the women on the streets. That is Islamically not the way to handle a divorce situation. There are times when women want to go to court and take half of all the man's wealth, take the children away, do all this kind of stuff. And we also try to put a stop to that too. So when people come to us through mediation, these are the kind of services that we offer. In addition to that, we also saw that people are not ready for marriage. People don't know what to expect in a marriage. And as being an imam and looking at all the different situations, we even created our own premarital course so that we can prepare people that what can they be expecting into a marriage. In addition to that, we even began to get calls that there are many Muslims who invest money into businesses, but then there is a major dispute. They don't know what to do. They can go into a court, they can spend thousands of dollars, or they can find an easy way out by going a Shari'i way, and hence we also are now handling business disputes. Not only that, but then we begin to get more calls. And when I say calls, I don't mean that we're getting calls only within Texas. We have begun to get calls from New York, from California, from North Carolina, from Florida, from Washington, from various states, from Chicago, Atlanta, many places. They're finding out that if there's an easy way out, especially in the situation of a marriage, where we can go about this the easy way, the legal way, the shari'i way, there's a service that does exist. If there's a way that we can protect our assets, we also do offer prenuptials and postnuptials. And I'll tell you this, brothers, especially the brothers understand this. I tell everyone, if you really want to protect yourself, make sure you get a prenuptial. Make sure you get a prenuptial. If I can sit here and tell you the stories that I have heard, then I can sit here all the way to Fajr and tell you case after case after case. There are many nasty things that are happening within our Muslim community. When it comes to, as I said earlier in the khutbah today, when it comes to their own personal interest, they always are going to throw the Quran and the Sunnah at each other. But when it comes to their own personal affairs, people, unfortunately, they often neglect the Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have to do things, I said earlier, we have to do it the right way. In addition to that, there are many times where people are calling and saying that I am struggling in my marriage. I don't know how to go forward, but then is there a way that me and my wife can resolve our issues and we want to continue our marriage? We even provide a service for that also. So we do all matters when it comes to divorces, when it comes to prenuptials, postnuptials, when it comes to premarital counseling, and not only that, but we handle business disputes. And now we even are starting, because this is an issue within many families. Someone dies in the family and no one knows how to distribute all the wealth. They don't know how to distribute the mirath. And there's a lot of disputes that are creating within families. There are some, they are the elders of the family, and they will say, you know what, I will distribute it as I wish. Why? Because this was the father's wish and desire. Although that wish of the father or that desire of the father is not been documented anywhere. But these are the issues that are coming up, and is causing some major rift between brothers and sisters, especially when a parent has passed away. So keeping all this in mind, once again, we started this service because, first of all, the Imams, when they heard, and I talked to them and said, I'm thinking of going down this road. They were telling me that please, take it, do it, start it, and even we will send you our issues also, because the Imams don't have the bandwidth to handle this. And as I said, when Imam Asif came, he told me, please come to INT and share this, because he said this is something that majority of our Muslim community members are struggling with, and they don't have an outlet, they don't know where to go to resolve these conflicts. So keeping this in mind, inshallah, my partner, he's outside. He's going to be having a table outside if you need any details, any information. Now, the last thing I'm going to share with you on this, there's two questions that often come up. Is it just you and your partner who are doing all this? Yes, we're doing all the legwork. But we have on the back end, we have some very top-notch shuyukh around America who are assisting, and we usually consult with them for all of our fiqh matters. Okay? Dr. Hatim al-Hajj from Amja is one of our consultants. Okay? Sheikh Ma'ana al-Quda from Amja, from Guidance College, he's one of our consultants. Sheikh Mamdouh, he's a great scholar in Houston. He specializes in this area of family and dispute resolution. He's also one of our consultants. Sheikh Joe Bradford, also from Houston, is one of our consultants. Especially we consult Sheikh Joe in many family issues, especially when it comes to business disputes. He is a mastermind when it comes to finance and money. This is his forte. This is his area of expertise, money and Islamic finance. We contact him. We have some others even here in this area that we contact. So it's not like as if we're just running around giving out fatwas and so forth. We take our time. We listen to the entire situation. We will listen to the husband, listen to the wife, listen to the business partners. We listen to everyone, take all the notes. We take our time. We don't rush into judgments, but at the same time, we will consult with all the shuyukh that we have, and we get their opinion, and then we come to a resolution. The last thing, the question that often comes up is, how can you guys handle this legally and Islamically? Let me tell you one thing. If you go to a court today, their dockets are backed up by 6 months. Their dockets are backed up by 6 months. if you go to a court, the first thing the judges are going to tell you, I don't have the time to deal with this, go to outside mediation. They don't have the time to deal with it. Now, people can go through attorneys. I've seen cases where one couple, they asked us to mediate initially, but one of the couple, I'm not going to say one of the spouses, they said, we don't want to do things Islamically. I want to go, I want to get an attorney and so forth. They end up spending $300,000 a piece. $300,000 the husband, $300,000 the wife on just legal fees. That's it. Because many cases, I'll tell you, with the attorneys, they will sit on your case, they'll take a phone call, they'll charge you for that phone call, they'll write an email, they'll charge you for that email, and even when you go to an attorney, right off the bat nowadays, due to inflation, they'll tell you to put down $7,000 to begin with. You understand? Ours is not even close to that. You understand? So there's an easy way out of all of our problems, and honestly speaking, yes, if there's a situation, we will sometimes tell you, you need to go to an attorney. We're not a law firm. I'll be honest with you. I'm making this very clear. We're not a law firm. But at the same time, if there's a situation that we think that, you know what, this is beyond our capacity, we told a lot of people, go and you need to retain an attorney, especially if there are cases where husbands have been accused. Husbands have been accused of wrongdoing. There are cases where husbands have been accused of criminal actions where there has not been any criminal actions. In that case, we told that husband, you need to go and hire an attorney because this is beyond our capacity and it's not our cup of tea. But the point is that we have an offering that we can give to the entire community to resolve these kind of issues, whether it's family, dispute, business, or any other family issues, such as when it comes to the distribution of wealth and the distribution of, losing my words, of inheritance and so forth. So once again, inshallah, on the way out, do stop by. There's a table. If you have any questions, inshallah, you can ask.